Egypt has proposed an initial 2-day ceasefire in Gaza to exchange 4 Israeli hostages held captive by the Hamas militants for some Palestinian prisoners. This as negotiations to end the year-long war resumed in Qatar's capital Doha on Sunday. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi made the announcement without saying whether the plan has been formally presented to either Israel or Hamas. Sisi said that more negotiations will take place within the next 10 days. Egypt, alongside Qatar and the US, has for months been mediating indirect talks with not much success. CIA Director William Burns and Qatari Prime Minister met David Barnea, who is the head of Israel's spy agency, the Mossad, in a bid to discuss attempts to move towards a hostage for ceasefire deal. And this as families of the hostages continue building pressure on the Israeli government. On Sunday itself, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was heckled during a memorial service in Jerusalem for the October 7th attacks. The family members of the victims as well as the hostages interrupted his speech with shouts of "Shame on you, Bibi." Meanwhile, Israel continues to pound Gaza while also fighting a war against Hezbollah in Lebanon. The Gaza Civil Defense Agency said that Israel struck a school building sheltering displaced Palestinians on Sunday, killing at least 9 people. In total, at least 53 people were killed across Gaza in the last 24 hours, including 46 in the north of the Strip. On the other hand, at least 21 people were killed in Israeli airstrikes on 3 different areas in southern Lebanon, and this is according to the Lebanese Health Ministry. This as global calls for restraint grow. The United Nations Security Council will meet on Monday at Iran's request, with Tehran calling on the body to condemn the recent Israeli strikes that killed 4 of its soldiers. Well, for more on this, we were earlier joined by Alan Boosteen. He's a professor of political science and Israel Institute fellow at Tufts University. We asked him about how optimistic he is regarding a ceasefire deal, which comes just a day after Israel carried out those precision strikes on Iran. And this is what he had to say.
Unfortunately, when it comes to the negotiations between the sides, nothing has really come closer than where things were in May or in July. The main sticking points are still the fact that Hamas demands complete IDF withdrawal from the Gaza Strip and the removal of the siege of the Gaza Strip. Israel in turn has said it is not going to allow an end to the war. It is not going to withdraw from the Netzarim corridor, the Philadelphia access, and it is not going to accept Hamas rule in the Gaza Strip. Those things have not changed. Hamas is saying they'll accept the deal on the terms they had before. Israel has said it's not going to move on those terms. So unfortunately, all these new deals are different ways to try to jumpstart a new negotiations, but they're not bringing us any more forward as long as the sides are refusing to compromise on any of those things. With regards to Iran's role in the situation right now, it really depends if Iran decides to retaliate to Israel's retaliation in the ongoing situation. Right now, Iran initially indicated that it is likely to not retaliate, that it may be able to see the situation as complete. I think I spoke on your channel also about how Israel maybe carried out this attack in order to try to let this situation conclude itself between Israel and Iran. So if that happens, we're going to continue to see the escalations between Israel and Hezbollah, Israel and Hamas, and Iran continuing to fund the proxies, as has been for the past year. However, if Iran does retaliate, Israel will probably take it to the next level in its retaliation after that. That already has much more potential to destabilize the region.